Hey there, friends. Welcome to another amazing day of mod tech and the FMS Logo program. When you launch FMS Logo, I need you to do File, Load, and find your old work from last week. When you click on the Documents folder, I need you to find your file, and I always sort by date so that I can see them better. And there's my Lesson 5 from last week. When you launch that, do CS space house, prove that your work is there. You should have at least this much done or you're not done with lesson 5. I need you to do one step before you go back and finish your old lessons, and that step looks like this. Move your file across the screen, double click on MT Tools. When MT Tools appears, I need you to double click on the special Shortcut to Journals folder. I need you to double click on the GIFs folder, and I need you to double click on the GIFs text file. When it appears, it has a bunch of magical code. You do not need to worry about the magical code. What you need to do is click Edit, click Select All, click Edit, click Copy, minimize that little file for a minute, go back to Logo and do File Edit, and tell it All, and then click at the very top line and press Enter a few times. Move up to the top and do Edit Paste. That gives you a bunch of magical code that you're going to use in a few minutes. These were GIFs from me, so do File, Save, and Exit. And then when you're done, just so we don't lose these cool GIFs, immediately do File, Save As. Make sure you're in your Documents folder. And last time we named it Day 5. This time we're going to name it Day 5A or Day 5B. But then you can continue this training to learn how we use those cool GIFs I've just given you. Alright, friends, let's make sure we're caught up with where we're at here. This is, of course, my YouTube channel. I send you out here all the time under Mod Tech Essentials. You will soon notice that I've added our lessons that we also have in today's lesson mark. If you didn't finish Lesson 5, you can wrap that up. Same thing with Lesson 4, but if you have those finished, then you may move on to Lesson 6, which should mean that your house is this far, if not having more painted. So let's teach you the first thing. Let's clear the screen, and I want you to type Fun SQ. This is something I created a while ago, and you'll notice that it does all the squares super fast. Let's look at how it was built. File, Edit, and find Fun SQ, and check out how easy it was. It is simply a variable. So I'm teaching you right now there's a thing called variables. Make C0 and make N5. And then we repeated and set the pen color to the value of C. We made a square of size N. The first one was 5, so repeat 4. And then we made that variable, so I said make quote C. So this is like yelling C by name. And then when you put a colon in front of C, you do math. And then we make quotes N, so I'm saying, hey, N, I want you to do some math, so colon N adds 5. It repeats that again and again and again to make that awesome square, or colorful square. At this point, I'm going to teach you about the halt button. When we create these awesome loops, sometimes we're going to pick numbers that are moving so fast that we need to halt them to stop the program from running. The program I'd like you to run right now is called MyFun, and you need to type a number after it. Once you type MyFun and press Enter, you'll get to see some awesome stuff. Do that now and then come back to see how it looks on my screen. So you can see all it did was it rotated, but when you pick the different numbers, it's super cool. And then I'm ready for mine to be done, so like I told you, I'm going to hit halt. The next code I want to teach you, I'm going to do clear screen, and I have given you a new tool called ruler. When you type ruler, it puts a gray grid on your screen, and then you can draw the house, and then you can tell locations of where you want to paint things. I'm going to zoom in so I can see better, and this lets me see that I want to go negative 200, and I want to go up 50 and 100 so that I can paint my sun. So I'm going to store those numbers in my head, and then watch this. XY, negative 200, 100. I'm in the exact right spot to paint my house, and then I would add my code to the word house by clicking File, Edit, and choosing House. And then in House, on the very last line, I always go below where the commands draw, and I add that code XY. Remember, we were going negative 200, and then we went 100 high, and then I'm going to set my FC to 6, which is yellow, and I'm going to do the fill, type my PH for pen home, do the semicolon so that it turns green, and I'm going to remind myself that this was where I painted the sun. When I type house, I have got a painted sun. I'm going to tell you that the end of lesson 6 is for you to make sure that every piece of your logo house is painted using the ruler tool, tricks, and then also remembering that when you do any painting, after you figure out the commands, you add them at the bottom of the house. Draw all the pieces and then paint all the pieces. Have fun, keep building. Make sure you show me the cool stuff you're making as you go.